Gary, it was a hard-fought game today. In the end, unfortunately, it didn't go away. What is your evaluation of the game?
No, listen, I think Inverness deserved to win the game based on their second half performance. I thought in the first half there wasn't too much in it. I don't think we used the conditions in our favour as much as we should have. They then took a little turn for the worse in the second half, and Inverness penned us in. We couldn't get out. And basically we were defending for 45 minutes. We had one or two that we got away with. We had the goal that was disallowed. And you think, hang in there. But then we've conceded I need to see it back, but it looks a really poor goal that's went straight in for a corner. So based on the second half, Inverness have deserved to win the game. A couple of things that have happened in recent weeks that I'm not too happy about within the group. And we spoke about them now and we'll work on them in training. But no, the second half today was disappointing.
It looked, when the lineup came out earlier on today, it looked like it was always going to be a sort of tough 90 for the ones that were on and the ones that were coming on. Do you think that squad depth, do you think that played a part in today? Or?
It's the first game where I could honestly listen. We've had 3 or 4 injuries before, but it's the first time really where we've not had the ideal positions to be on the bench. And what I mean by that is, and that's nothing against Ross Blair or Ewan, it was a game in the second half where we were having to defend, and you're trying to make subs with attacking players, and you realise you've got to try and make subs because we couldn't get out, we weren't getting a hold in the game. Inverness were starting to dominate a little bit. But in theory it would have been a game where you would have maybe liked another defender to go 5 at the back, or another midfielder, a defensive midfielder like Kai or somebody like that to shore it up a little bit. And we never had that today. Now listen, we've had 3 on the bench before and we've came away with a victory. But just today, the way the conditions was, the way the game went, missing our defensive-minded players certainly never helped us.
We've had a great period up until now. Do you look at this game and take positives from it? Are there things you can look at and think, we've done that?
No, I tried to do that last week, really. We had a disappointing first half last week, and then we had a better second half. And today we've had an okay first half and a disappointing second half. So for me, that's 2 games in a row where, generally this season for 60 or 70 minutes, we've either been the better team or we've been really in the game. Whereas in the last couple of games, for the first half last week and the second half this week, the opposing team have sort of dominated us a little bit. So that's slightly concerning. That's what I've got to look at. Why is that happening? You're right. The lads have done well. But you can't look into the past, really. That is in the past. It's about here and now. The here and now is we've lost our last 2 games. And probably deservedly so, because Queens were better than us in the first half last week and Inverness were better than us in the second half this week. So I do try and be honest and say when teams deserve to beat us. I hear too many managers just telling lies, really. I try and tell the truth. I think we've deserved to lose the last 2 games. But I don't want that to continue, so my job is to try and put that right. We work on the training ground. We're in change of days slightly this week. We're in Monday, Friday. The lads are still in twice this week, and we need to work to try and get a result. Because what I don't want to do is let that good work in the first half of the season go to waste. You don't want to go on a run where you're losing 4, 5, 6 games or not winning for 4, 5 or 6 games. So we've lost 2 in a row. We need to acknowledge that. We need to acknowledge that there's things that we can do better. I mean myself. I mean the players. I mean the whole group. And we need to try and put it right next week against Alloa.